Good everyone and welcome back to the Not In My Lifetime channel. Welcome back to Luke and Bevo. Yes, and that is the intro. If you haven't seen it yet, it's not actually the intro for this show, by the way. It's intro I'm working on and working with behind the scenes with Bevo, other people. You know, it's going to get better, but right now that's that's what we're looking to do. But yeah, so new stuff coming to the channel, man. Especially if we're going towards 1K. Big up to you guys, obviously supporting the channel so far. But on the way there, 1 subscriber per day. But it's still, it's to me, that's still amazing that everyone's supporting the channel still, and and behind us and what enjoying the content. But before I keep rambling on about that, Bevo, mate, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Excited for another episode. I know we've been chatting a lot sort of off air, and we've got some really good ideas of where we want to kind of push this show and stuff, and it's really exciting. Really looking forward to for what's coming.
Yeah. Big up, Rich. I know it means about the future hold. Better than us, that's for sure. Probably, mate. Yeah, I know you guys are an absolute mad right now. Worse than we are at the moment. Big up to Podline. Hey, big up, Steve. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're making it a unique show now. So yeah, it's gonna be it's getting wet in the background. We're getting there. Just a bit of time, but trust me, this show will look even better in a couple months' time. Especially in summer. Yeah. Big plans coming.
Big plans coming.
Yeah, big plans. Big up Manchester, mate. I know I've got to make you a mod at some point. It's been a busy couple of days. I've got to go through the mods again and redo them at some point, but I will get to that at some point. Big up Poppy. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. Cheers, guys. Big up Alf. Big up Alf. Big up, man. No worries, man. I'll be on your show on Friday. Us two doing the show with MCFC Connects on the Friday City show. Big up to you. And I'll say it'll be an episode 2 of that on Friday, so that'll be good. Look forward to doing that with you, mate. Do you know what, mate? That confidence to beat Madrid, it's not necessarily a thing that I should say it could happen. It could happen. Because especially their backline being so weak, as weaker than probably ours right now. But it's hard to really think of that when defensively we're an absolute mess. But yeah, I mean,
we'll get on to that.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind my hat trick. Again, from all you know, man, I know you're a positive guy, but if you aren't actually really way off on that one, it could be that. It could be. I think we're the things.
Could also be 6-2 to Madrid. So
exactly, yeah, we'll see what happens. Is Diaz back? Right, as far as I'm aware, I think he's almost back. He's not far off now. I think being back, Diaz. I think him and Ake are not far off, and so is Doku. Not far away now, apparently. So we should see him back soon. How long for? We'll see. But hopefully he's back, Steve, because honestly, we need Diaz back desperately. We cannot afford to have a Kanji of Stones playing against Madrid. That will be a disaster. 10-0 Saturn. Respect Orient, mate. Orient are not a bad team. They have a good team in League One. And we're not exactly clicking ourselves right now, mate. But on the show, let's get into it. And the title, as it says, how will City look with Gonzalez in the midfield and the future of us going forward? It's not necessarily a review of Arsenal or Orient. In the day, right? That's not. That's kind of been done by other people or with other people. This is more a chat about in general the City. He's got an alarm going off. Don't worry, you know that. But yeah, it's all about how we think Gonzalez will do in the midfield going forward. How will he help us out? How will he improve us? How can we, ensure that we've got a strong, stable midfield going forward for the rest of the season? Like, is he going to be the one to really make a difference for us? Now, obviously, he could be. Fair enough if it is. But we've also got to be realistic as well that it's one player coming into a midfield that's been aging for some time now and is probably still a long way off, being what it should be. So I'm not putting pressure on him too much. Obviously, I think Bevo will obviously be the same. I'll stream in a bit before I obviously carry on with him coming back on stream. If you haven't already, like the stream if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1K, getting closer each day, gradually getting there. But the tools I haven't supported us so far, always appreciate it. Just because I was a sprayer on his head. That's the thing, right? I've actually watched him, Steve. A little bit of highlights to him. He's quite a quick player, so very much needed, especially with our legs midfield, but being the OAP midfield rather than actual, a young, youthful team. So I definitely appreciate having a quick midfielder finally for the first time in a while. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think Saturday we'll probably see him probably on Saturday. I reckon off the bench. I'm not saying he's probably going to start. I think especially it being Orient, I imagine it'll be much more of a more youthful team again, like it was at Salford. But obviously we'll see what happens with the rest main players we do. Yeah, we do. I would be very baffled if Pep plays pretty much a strong main team against Orient. I'm not saying Orient should be respected, but we've got to be taking Madrid seriously, because especially if the FA Cup and Champions League are the two competitions that actually get prioritised more than the league. Again, I know the league obviously is still a priority as well, because obviously we still need to actually do well with that as well to sort of get top four and get secured. But we've got to make sure that we rest players for the big game on Saturday. On Tuesday next week, because obviously it's massive. It's massive for our season, and it's going to be. And it's mad how it's a playoff game. Not it isn't the last 16 game. It's not a quarterfinal game. Madrid is a bloody playoff game to get to the last 16. Like it's not a final, semi-final. It's a playoff. Like of all the games to play, and this is the thing, right? Even if we get through, Leverkusen and Atletico away potentially after that, and that's not easy. Probably even worse for us than Madrid.
I to be honest with you, facing Real Madrid, it actually looks like an easier task than facing Atletico at the moment.
Mate, Atletico have been good. Alvarez will cook against us right now, especially that defense. And big up to him, but Alvarez, Griezmann, mate, up front, and Sorloth. What a bunch of strikers they've got. Atletico. Yeah. And also, as well, a fourth striker is his son. Is he only son? Well,
yeah.
They're us. Like 10 years ago, 4 elite strikers. Whereas now we've got 2 technically now, especially with Marmouche in the team. So we're getting there a little bit, but yeah. Look, obviously, what I was going to is Madrid later on. Yeah. People.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the Chelsea game kind of masked the problems that we've got a little bit, because they kind of play to our strengths. But when you come up against a team that doesn't play to our strengths, like Real Madrid, because I think Real Madrid, especially how they are at the moment, that front line is deadly. Their midfield is still very.
It's time for bed.
All right, Alexa.
Alarms, echo going off, mate.
I'm not being funny. It's not even 9 o'clock. It's not time for bed.
Well, bloody hell, I know that.
Yeah, but their front line and their midfield is ridiculous. Their defense is poor, but their midfield, is stronger than our midfield, and arguably their front three is stronger than our front three. So going into that game against Real Madrid is not going to be an easy task. Yeah, that's it's not going to be an easy task. We've got to. What we've got to do is we've got to stay composed. We really have to stay composed. If we go 1-0 down, we can't shit the bed. We've got to hold it together. And same if we go.
Not yet, mate. Come on. At least 10:30. Come on. A little bit of respect. Come on.
Hey, I've got a kid. I probably would be in bed now if I wasn't on it. But yeah, like I don't know. I think we've just got to we've not got to shit the bed. We can't go 1-0 down and then just capitulate, and vice versa. We can't go 1-0 up and capitulate either, because there seems to be a pattern where it doesn't really matter if we're losing or whether we're winning. We seem to just capitulate and that our heads just, for whatever reason, just go. That needs to, we need to sort that out, because that is a very big problem. You know, you look at Feyenoord when we went 3-0 up, we capitulated. Arsenal at the weekend, we got it back to 1-1. It was 2-1 to them within the space of 3 minutes. PSG, we went 2-0 up. We ended up losing 4-2
Brentford
from 60 minutes onwards.
Brentford away, 2-0 up for Foden.
Brentford away, 2-0 up. We've got to stop this.
Yeah.
We've got to stop this. And do I think that there's been times that Pep's taken off players and that's been the cause of the problem? I think, yeah, there's been times where, you know, we were doing okay, and then, you know, like PSG, for example, you know, we were 2-0 up and he took off Ruben Diaz. Like, that's poor. To not start Kevin De Bruyne against Arsenal, in my opinion, is just inexcusable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, Steve, consistently shit.
Yeah, we definitely are 100% consistently shit. I mean, since Brentford at home, really. I mean, so yeah. Oh mate, look. The thing is, right? It's been a common issue for us this season. Like, it's Jimmy called this back in September, didn't we? Like, obviously, I didn't think it'd be this bad. I did not think it'd be this bad at all.
I don't think any of us could have called how bad it was going to be, but we started noticing the decline before it became like an actual thing. You know, we had a show back in September where we were talking about it. I'm pretty sure it was after the Brentford game the first time round.
Yeah.
And we spoke about, we could see how things were going, and I think none of us expected it to be as bad as it has been.
Yeah.
But we've been called out quite a lot for having this view, and now people are starting to sort of see it. But it just shows, you know, there are a lot of fans out there that are a bit fickle, and kind of either don't want to accept reality, or I spoke to you off air today, and we had a conversation, and I said to you, at what point do we stop using the treble in an argument?
Yeah.
And you know, the amount of fans at the moment that are saying, you know, oh yeah, but you haven't won a treble. Like, there has to come a point, you know, the treble was 2 years ago. That has to come a point where we stop talking about, not stop talking about it, but we're talking about the here and now, and we're not talking about what happened 2 years ago. You know, like United talking about the treble back in '99. Yeah, it was 20 years ago, mate. Like, there has to come a point where the treble is stopped being used as a get out clause.
100%, by the way, Steve. You're bang on.
Yeah.
How are we fifth, by the way? How are we fifth?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a joke how we're fifth right now. Forest are clear of us, mate. Forest better than us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But there's this massive misconception that City are the only ones that spend money. Like, Forest have spent massive amounts of money. Arsenal have spent massive amounts of money. Just because they've not bought, like, fair enough, like, Notts Forest have bought well. They bought really well. Chelsea haven't.
Yeah, Ndala on loan, isn't it? And that.
Yeah, and I'm not just talking about this window either. I'm talking about the last 2-3 windows. You know, they've spent an awful lot of money, Forest. You know, Arsenal spent huge amounts of money. United, huge amounts of money. Chelsea, huge amounts of money. There's this like massive misconception that it's like, oh, City has spent, you know, Pep Guardiola can't deal with the squad he's got, so he has to go and spend 300
Oh, I
million.
hate that.
First of all, it's not 300 million. It's not even 200 million. But when you know, in the summer, what did we do in the summer? While everyone around us was spending money, Chelsea spent the best part of £1 billion. What did we do? We got Gundogan back on a free and signed Savinho for 25 million quid. That was it.
Yeah.
So there's this massive misconception that City, every single window, go and spend money. We don't. Far from it. The same players, with the exceptions of a few, you know, Mahrez left. We brought Doku in. You know, Julian Alvarez left. We've brought Mamouche in. You know, Gundogan left. We brought Kovacic in. We ended up bringing Gundogan back. You know, you look at the majority of our players. Edison, been with us for a long time. Ruben Diaz, been with us for, you know, a good 4 years. Ake, been with us for 4 years. You know, Gvardiol, 2 years? You know, Kyle Walker, obviously just gone, but was with us for 6 years? You then look at the midfield. Gundogan, fair enough, he was with us and then left for a season and came back. But he's been with us for 8 years? 9 years?
Yeah.
I think Gundogan was Pep's first signing, wasn't he?
He's been here. Well, he was here originally for about 6 years. No, 7 years. Then this is his 8th year this year. Yeah. Oh, by the way,
I think Gundogan was Pep's first signing, wasn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what? This stream, we're gonna do a squad review. I know it's February, but let's be real here. This season will fly by. Before you know it,
When you look,
summer.
Just to finish off, you look at the rest of the players. Gundogan, been with us for years. Kevin De Bruyne, been with us pre-Pep. John Stones. Yeah, John Stones, been with us for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bernardo Silva, 6, 7 years now? Something like that?
8 year this year, 8th year.
That's what I mean. When you look at our squad, it's not like, oh, you know, these players just come and go. The majority of the players in our squad have been with us for like 5, 6 years as an average. So there's a massive misconception that we just go and, you know, spaff money for the fun of it, because we just don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really don't. And this summer's going to be a real change in narrative though, because I think this summer has to be, because players are going to be this summer. If your favorite leaves, he leaves, because I'm past the point now of caring who goes anymore. We've got to start changing up the team, and this is where it starts. Now, I think people will say, "Oh, it's the season now, focus on the season." And look, we will focus on the season that's coming out in the fixtures, but the summer will fly by and it will be here very soon. It will be here very soon, summer. And I'll be honest with you, if I look at the current squad, I'll be like, well, a lot of them will probably be gone by now. If I had my way, which sounds very big-headed to me, but if we want to start getting back to it's where we were again, I'm sorry, you got to go, Sam. You really do.
We're doing our own Cheeky and Viana, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. The thing is, mate, I'm done. You know, with like, oh, but this guy, no. Haaland will stay, because Haaland signed a 10-year contract, and Haaland isn't the issue for me. Never has been the issue.
To be honest, with the commitment that he's given to the club, the team needs to be built around Haaland. Not around Foden, not around anyone else. It needs to be built around Haaland. When Haaland has turned up and gone into that boardroom and said, I will commit the next 10 years of my career to City, you know, you've got all these media outlets saying, oh, he's not going to do this long. He signed a 9.5-year deal for a reason. He signed a 9.5 year. The guy's about to have a kid. He's obviously signed that deal to basically say, right, okay, well, I'm going to be a father soon. I want my kid to be in and around Manchester and settled. I don't want to be chopping and changing and move into a different country, or you know now that he's here, he's gone, right, I've got a family on the way and I need to settle down where I am. Or, you know, if I don't settle down here, settle down somewhere else. And now he's committed that time to the club. He ain't leaving anytime soon. So the team needs to be built around Haaland. We need to get in a solid midfielder, which I'm hoping that this NICO Gonzalez is. He's going to be an absolute gem to have when we need to give Rodri a rest when he's eventually back. You know, we can afford to play NICO Gonzalez against, you know, an Ipswich or, you know, a Leicester or a Sunderland if they come up, or whoever it may be. You know, we can afford to give Rodri some well-deserved minutes on the bench, and comfortably know that this guy is physically strong. He can defend really, really well, and he has exceptional range of passing in tight spaces, which is exactly what we need. And a guy that isn't just going to bomb it forward and leave a massive gap in the middle of the park, which is basically what's happening at the moment.
I know. Honestly, it's just been. Look, is he going to see? Is he? I like Gonzalez. I look at him, but for me, he's not going to save our season. I think for me,
no, he's not going to save.
He's going to help us. He's going to help us out massively. But the difference is between helping us massively and saving our season is that we need to get rid of players to start moving in that direction. Because a lot of these players now up here have gone. It's sad to say, but it's up here is the issue. It's more than just Rodri. It's more than just players coming in. You know, that for me is why I think Gonzalez to me long term will be a good player for us. He will be. I think he will be a good player for us. And I'm excited to see him play. But being realistic about the season itself, if we go on a cup run, a cup top, I'm taking that 100% because that's where I'm at right now. Like in terms of the league is, you know, it was done ages ago, but so Sunday was a real it is done. Now in the coffin for anyone trying to think that's going to happen. But yeah. Big up Martin, my friend. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. We did very well, thank you. I bet on a Wednesday evening. Well, see Arsenal losing to Newcastle. Is it now?
What is it? 2-0?
Apparently it's 2-0.
Wow.
Hold on. Comunicado Official. Yeah, Gordon, 2-0. They're out. 4-0.
That's another season without a trophy.
Yeah. Do you know what? You're right. I'm at the point now where I think with me, I made a piece of the season now. I know what it's going to be. It's sad. It has to be this way, but we know where we stand with this team now and the squad. A lot of them need to go for us to move forward. Now, I'm not asking for 11 players to leave the club. It has to be. I think for me, it'll be a few will go, but it'll be over 2 years probably. But I think this summer, judging by the comments and the actual and what I've been seeing, City are primed for a big window coming up.
Well, I think we need to have a big window.
But I think why should get the money? You know what I mean? I'll cut bites of dust. Yeah, one bites of dust. Yeah, I've seen that. That honestly, I saw that today. That is disgusting. About money, honestly, the abuse and the racism and that kind of stuff. I mean, I saw City women put a tweet out about that. I'm just seriously, what are we doing here, man? I don't care, right? Bunny Shaw was racially abused at the Arsenal game.
It was. I don't think it was the City fans, though, was it?
Arsenal fans, I think, or comments. I think. What? Sorry, I'm not. trying to make things up. I'm just like, I think from what I read of the actual statement. Let's have a look. Man City women. Man City are appalled to learn that Khadija Bunny Shaw was racist. I can't say the word. Racist and misogynistic. I can't say the word, but you're getting that. Misogynistic.
Misogynistic.
Yeah. Following Sunday's fixture. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No way. Are you joking me? See. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's 2025. I know it shouldn't matter what year because it'll always be people are scumbags, right? But what are we doing here? Like, I do not understand like ever people doing that anyway.
I would go as far as saying that she. Granted, like there's no room for this at all in any sport, any part of life. This bang out of order, completely wrong. These people need locking up, in my opinion. But what I would say is this woman is probably the best number 9 on the planet in women's football.
Oh, she is.
She's the female version of Erling Haaland. So no, they're not humans. It's inhumane to say these things.
Homophobia, misogyny, racism, to me, that is just pure.
But the thing is, right, what I'd say on it is it's inappropriate and bang out of order and wrong for any fan to say it about anybody. But to say it about your own player, do you really think they're going to want to stay and play for you?
Bonnie could leave. But
do you know what? Do you know what? I'd hold my hands up and say I wouldn't even blame her.
Because the thing is, right, look, I do watch Man City women. I do watch them along the men's team, right? I like to see how they do. And we've got a great team this year. We've got a great team of players this year. Young players coming through. You know, Jess Park's great. Bunny, Miedemar. You know, people have no idea what they are. I watched women's game for a good few years now. But these players often go off to Barcelona, and because Barcelona and Lyon are the 2 best teams in the world when it comes to.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could chuck Chelsea in that. Chelsea
as well. Madrid aren't really as good as they are in the men's game.
Real Madrid in the women's game are not that good, in my opinion.
To be fair, Martin, I'm critical of Gareth Taylor. I don't think he's good enough to manage City, in my opinion. That people obviously will might say differently, but I do agree about the Chloe Kelly thing.
No, I agree. I agree. You cannot, under any circumstances, be selling a player to a rival club.
However,
that goes for female game and men's game. Do you really think if Erling Haaland or someone like that, do you think if he come out and said, you know, I want to join United, which, bearing in mind, that will never happen, but if he did, do you think Pep's going to allow him to go? He's going to go, not a chance. At the end of the day, you're contractually obligated to play for that club until that club deem that you can go somewhere else. You've signed that contract.
Exactly. And the thing is, Chloe Kelly, I do rate her very highly. I've always thought she's a great player, and I think when she played for us, she was brilliant. Her, Lauren Hemp, Bunny Shaw, that front 3 was elite to watch. They were a great front 3 to watch. And
Lauren Hemp's unbelievable.
She is. But
she's signed a new deal, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. Because Lauren's a bit like, is she local, Lauren?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
I know Stanway is, but obviously she's at Bayern Munich now, isn't she? She's at Bayern now, isn't she? But she was a local girl to the city as well. But is it Steve? Is bang on? Exactly behind the scenes?
Yeah.
We have no idea, obviously. Shouldn't judge. Oh, Martin.
There's no judgment, Steve. I'm reading what I'm hearing, and then basing an opinion on it. I don't know if she did want to leave to go to United. If that is true, then that's my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, Martin, you bang on. This year has been one of the worst years I think I've ever seen Twitter and discourse on it. It's gotten out of hand, like abuse in our own fan base now. If you're of a certain opinion now, people don't like you for it, or just think, "Oh, you're this, you're that."
I mean, if we're being realistic, it's kind of what drove it. That's probably what drove Kyle Walker out of the club.
Yeah, it was. And you know what, right? And Martin said perfectly on a stream recently about Walker. These same people like who were criticizing Walker and being so horrible to him, right? We'll probably have him back now against Madrid because of Junior Mbappe. Hypocrites.
Yeah,
it's hypocrisy. Look, do it wrong, right? I think Kyle Walker had to go really in the end because not because I think in the end he ran out of it. Wasn't good enough.
He had to go. He had to go for himself and to protect his legacy at the club, because this isn't against him as a player, as a person, but there comes a point where you have to move on. It's going to happen with Kevin De Bruyne. It's going to happen with Erling Haaland at some point. It happened with David Silva. It's happened with Fernandinho and Aguero, and it will continue. Yeah. It's a circle of life, and eventually, players have time comes to an end.
Yeah.
What we've normally done is we've managed it really, really well over the past. David Silva left at the right time. Fernandinho left at the right time. Kompany left at the right time. Aguero left at the right time.
Yeah.
I feel like with Kyle Walker, he didn't leave at the right time. I think after the treble season, we should have let him go. We should have just let him go to Bayern.
Do you know why I think people panicked with him? Because Mahrez had gone, Laporte had gone, Gundogan had gone. People didn't want Walker to go. It was like there's too many people going. Walker stay. I think for me that out of the players that left, that Mahrez. Look, I get why Mahrez left because of game time. That I've been told that it was game time before he left. I understand why he left in the end. If I could keep out of those four players, one of them, it would have been Mahrez.
Oh yeah.
But I get why he left. Game time. He wants to play football, and towards the end of the season, he played a lot of games.
He bowed out on a high as well. He didn't do himself any injustice. That season that we won the treble, he very much was a bit part player, and that's not anything against him as a player because he's exceptional. But the season that we won the treble, he did play on. He was on the bench quite a lot, and he obviously saw this as an opportunity to say, okay, well, game times from here on now are going to be a little bit limited at City. So I've had an offer from the Saudi League. I'm going to get the bag. He's coming to the end of his career. He won the Premier League with Leicester. He's won it God knows how many times with City. He won the treble with City. He's been part of, he's embedded in the history of the club. And now, it come to the end and he had an opportunity to set himself up for life, his kids up for life, and his grandkids up for life. So while you've got the opportunity coming to the end of your career, why not do it? And I don't blame him for leaving at all. I wish him all the best. But if Riyad Mahrez ever sees this stream, which likely he's not going to, have you seen that video that's been circulating around Twitter where he did the tier list? Riyad Mahrez, mate, what are you doing skipping Kevin De Bruyne as being the number one spot? Mate,
Oh,
what are you putting Stones in 10th?
he has
Come
to
on, mate.
answer to me. Come on, Riyadh. Come on, Riyadh. That is true, by the way. Martin, right? You're bang on. We all panic and try and solve major issues with quick things. Why we say use kids for 250 million, but people are. You're right. I said before, right? You said it as well, Martin, as well on other shows. You can't just have youth and science put together. You either have got to commit to playing the youth players, which I'm not against, by the way, but we've got to understand that at that point, then the standards could drop down a little bit because we've got to accommodate these young players in the first team consistently. Or you go out and, for me, what we should be doing is going out and spending money on big players to come in and sort of replace what we've been before. I'm not against bringing players through the academy. If you're good enough, then you deserve a chance. I think, for me, I like Jacob Wright, but I think for me, in the end, it's probably the right thing to do. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's good enough for City. I think Maxi's off in summer for me. I'm surprised he didn't go in January. He obviously won't play.
Hasn't Jacob Wright gone now?
Norwich.
He didn't go to Swansea, but he's got Norwich. Yeah.
Steve, bang on again. Yeah, it does tip scale because it's all about fact. It's all about putting stuff out there, clicks, that kind of stuff. That's all it is. No, it's why you got to know what you're reading and know also who you're getting it from. It's got to be a more people who have people who are passionate about what they do. Fair enough. Obviously, sometimes I will say I'll get things wrong because that's I'm a human being. But also, I'm also mature enough to understand that I'll get things wrong, but also be able to give a more balanced view, a bit more from someone else. But social media is not about that. It's all about
the thing is though is whether you're right or wrong, you're still entitled to your opinion, providing it's not toxic / any kind of racist or within reason. You're allowed an opinion. I've got the opinion that I think Jack Grealish should be playing right back. People absolutely hate me for it, but I've got my reasons.
Trust me on that one, by the way, because I know you're about LB. Watch your space, by the way, of LB. Watch your space, hopefully. We'll see what happens, obviously. But yeah, Martin, you're right. It's patience. And for me now, right, especially what's going on, I'm patient now. I'm quite chill with it. I'm not going over the top anymore. I know the issues in this team or what needs to be fixed. Just get top 4, top 5, whatever it's going to be. Champions League football. Suck it up this season. Go again the season after. I'm not saying that it's about to get better. I think we'll get better towards the end of the season, but I'm not asking for over the top stuff. I know where we are right now. I know where we are right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, honestly, abuse. Walker, Rico, Foden, Haaland, Stones, Grealish. Everyone's been abused. Probably everyone's probably got some sort of abuse.
You've missed out a Kanji.
Savio as well. Savio probably got it.
Oh yeah, Savio when he first joined was
also abused.
He has had some. Haaland, I forget who said it, but someone the other day said he's something like he's got the agility of a truck or something. It was a genuine pundit as well. I forget who it was.
Do you know what it is, right? And people agree with me on this. Ever since steak has become a thing on Twitter, right? People are just posting any old shit to get likes and retweets to get the money in. That is all it is, because I noticed it in their own fan base now. City accounts out there with like 30, 40k followers or 100k followers posting steak tweets with gambling companies in the pictures and posting any old shit, even stuff against our own club to get likes and retweets.
Yeah.
This is how far we've fallen. This is how fucking terrible Twitter's become now. It's all about money. All about that. Never about actually posting your opinion. This is why, for me, right, I know sometimes I do get things wrong. I do. But I will always back myself as say what I'm going to say. I will get things wrong, but sometimes I'll get things right. But at the end of the day, it's opinions in football. But I'm never ever going to sell myself to get money in to post any old stuff for the sake of it. Honestly. Yep, Doku as well. Exactly. So pops out of the squad. 4 million buy option for Jacob Wright. Bloody hell, that's low. That is. That's low. £4 million for Jacob Wright. Okay. Walker should have been a good right back option. Yeah, it should have been. It should have been a long time ago, but we obviously now we're obviously seeing the signs now of it. Do you know what? Actually, while we're here, while you're here, Martin, as well, if you're able, mate, I'll send the link if you're free. We'll come on and have a chat with us. If you're free, mate.
Yeah, come on, Martin. Come on and have a little chat with us.
Send a link to you on Twitter. Obviously, if you're busy, mate, we understand. But if you're around, we'll get to have a chat with you. I know, right? This day and age, 10 people do right now. Oh God! But you know what I mean, though. It's like it's all I see now on social media. It's the same accounts, the same bloody branding, like on it. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing here? It's just fake now.
Yeah.
No worries, mate. I'll send the link now to you now. Oh, there we go. Where is it? There we go. So on Twitter, Martin, just so look at that, you can join him, mate. But yeah, honestly, it's crazy to me, right? The amount, like, they're wrong, right? I've criticised players, always will do when I feel like they haven't done good enough. But you know, I never go too far into abusing because honestly, what does that?
The thing is that there's a difference between toxic tweets and constructive criticism. Like,
Yep.
You know, Martin was talking about the list before about players that, you know, that have had abuse. I don't think that Nunes was on that list. From what I can remember, from seeing that list, I don't think Nunes was.
He was actually. He was, yeah.
Oh, he was, yeah. You know, my constructive criticism for Nunes, yes, he's not a right back, so I can't really blame him for it. But there's been a couple of times that I've seen Nunes play, and he's jumped in a little too early, and a player's dusted it past him. You know, he did it. He jumped in for a challenge against Arsenal, and the winger took it back from him. Yeah. And then
there he is.
You know,
All
right, Martin.
Evening. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, all good, mate.
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Good. Yeah, what we're having a meltdown about today.
Everything, mate, as always.
No meltdown. No meltdown. Well, actually,
this fan base, all it does is melt.
It does, mate. Oh, God.
No, there is a little bit of a meltdown. There is a little bit of a meltdown because I don't know if anybody's seen, but today is a very, very sad day. Today is a very, very sad day for City and the City community. Really, really sad. The flag is gone.
Put away for the window.
The giant flag is no more.
Until summer.
Oh, dear.
Oh no.
No, it's gone. It's gone now for good. They've at the end of the video they've put the date that they first started doing it and the date that they've ended doing it, so the flag is no more.
Oh mate. Oh. The thing is though, going back to it though, right? It's just I've seen City fans melt down before, like in previous seasons, but obviously, you know, it's been not the best here and there. But this season, I've never seen it so out of control before. Like people who just not just the players, each other as well. It's crazy. Like
the one thing that I think is important to mention is there's a lot of fans in our fan base now who have only been fans, and I'm not saying because, you know, they've jumped from one team to another, but over, you know, the years, you know, there are a lot of fans that support the club now where all they've ever known is success.
Yeah.
All they've ever known is league titles or challenging on all fronts, or not even that, even just good football. And so we've been, as a club now, we've been really, really successful for what, 10, 11 years, really.
Well, since 2012, I think 11 and 12 obviously won FA Cup and league back to back, which obviously was brilliant.
Yeah.
Back to back time. Then obviously we didn't win anything. Obviously lost to Wigan the year after. Then obviously won the league and the League Cup on it on the Pellegrini first season. So we were successful.
When you think about it, Pep's been with us for 10 years and he's won. The first season he didn't win the league, but then since then he's pretty much won the league every year. So if you start supporting a team when you're, say, 6th, 7th, there are a lot of fans now that are 16, 17, 18 years of age, where all they've really known is success from this club. So, and obviously you get a lot of tourist fans, fans that have jumped from Barcelona to City because City started winning and stuff like that. And I think this is where kind of the problem stems, is that a lot of the fans in our fan base now are overly privileged, is probably the word. 100%. Where, it's the consistent demand for success. And we're not going to win the league every year. We're not. We will at some point have a trophyless season, whether that be this year, whether that be next year, whether that be in 3, 4, 5 years' time. There will come seasons where we don't win anything, and that's okay. You look at Arsenal that are giving it Billy Big Bollocks at the moment. They haven't won anything for years. But
also, just
they're the best team in Europe.
Do you remember when we signed David Pizarro in January in 2012, the season we were going for the league? We signed a guy on loan called David Pizarro. Seriously, the current fans now who are moaning right now about certain players who don't get in right, back then you'd be freaking out. Like, honestly, I put a tweet out about David Pizarro, and I thought, like, seriously, like, if you don't remember that signing.
Yeah.
Was that one goal? Was it one goal scored? Was it overall?
I don't even think it was one, was it?
Weird signing.
Sorry, I'm back now.
No,
I lost you.
No, that's fine. No worries.
I was just saying that there's a lot of fans in this club now that, because all they've ever known over the last sort of 10, 11 years is 12 years or whatever is success, especially over the last 10 years of Pep. If you start supporting a team when you're 6, 7, 8. These fans now are 16, 17, 18 years of age, and all they've ever really known from City is success. So I think the problem stems from the amount of success that we've had. It becomes like a God-given right and like an over-privilege, where the expectation is to win year on year, and when they don't, the dummies are thrown out of the pram. And they're thrown out of the pram because they've never experienced anything like this before.
This is why, and I know everyone thinks I've been condescending with it, and I've had to go, and I haven't. This is why I've always said, and people think I'm being really bad with it. It's why I've always said, learn the ethos of the club you're supporting. Learn the culture, learn everything about it. We just, listen, we're jumping on. I've got no problem with people jumping on the bandwagon for trophies. Just be honest about it.
Yeah,
I'm one of them. I'm one of these people. If you're honest, it's like with agenda. People say I've got an agenda. Fine. At least you're being honest. You're owning what you're saying. It's these people who go, I'm not in it for the trophies. But you are. Because the first sign of no trophies, you're melting down. You can't tell me. The thing is, you said it, Bevo. Constructive criticism, 100%. Yep. It's so gone over the line of constructive criticism this season.
Yeah.
That it's beyond. Pep Guardiola. Let's go back 3 months ago. We were begging Pep to stay, begging him. No one was thinking he was signing 2 years. To the point,
get him out.
To
the point, Martin, where he picked City over his marriage.
Yeah, this is what I mean. But it's like it's utterly crazy. And the reason people think I've got something against the youth, I haven't. The reason I don't want the youth in is because I understand my pet isn't putting the youth in, because right now the players that are meant to be there to support the youth and help them through a tough period, they're going through a tough period.
Yep.
So they can't help themselves. Never mind trying to help a 17-year-old through a game.
It would be emotionally.
It shouldn't be a 17. Yeah.
Well,
it shouldn't rely on a 17-year-old to try and get a 29-year-old player through a game who's won multiple trophies. This is not the time.
The other thing is as well, Martin, is it's not going to do the kids' confidence any good. If you're chucking, a 16, 17-year-old lad from the academy into a game against PSG or Arsenal, unfortunately, because the players around them are also capitulating, their confidence is going to be smashed to bits, absolutely destroyed.
And not that as well. As you're only using them for a period of time, because as soon as we hit the window open, everyone wants 250 million spent, and away we go, and these kids are back out again. Listen, if we'd have played Nico O'Reilly for three weeks and he'd been outstanding, but we'd have still bought Nico. Nobody's saying don't buy Nico Gonzalez. They're all turning around and going, yeah, Nico Gonzalez, come in, mate. I'm having a bit of you. And they're ditching O'Reilly back out the door again.
Yeah,
you can't use and abuse these kids. These kids are wanting to make their own way and make a career. They don't want to be used and abused just because you're going through a tough time.
Agreed. Yeah.
That isn't how you do it. You bring him in. Took Foden 4 years to get into this team properly. 4 years. And people are wanting Jamal Simpson, Poozy to come straight in and become John Stones. No, it doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. You've got to earn that part. You don't just come in and give it to a 17-year-old. Look at Rico. Everyone loved Rico. Now everyone wants him, not good enough for setter.
Yeah.
Well, which one is it? Because 18 months ago you loved him.
I think of Rico, right? I think Rico's actually a very good player. I think the problem is this season, right, of all seasons, he's played so many games, obviously before recently, and he was getting burnt out. And it was as a result. I mean, even against Palace, that goal, he'll get 2-2. He's not some player that's terrible. He's a very good player for our squad. But a lot of people.
The problem with Rico is he's not a right back, and he's been chucked into a position. Even in the academy, he didn't play as a right back. He hasn't got the physicality to play in defence at all.
No.
He's an 8. You can just tell by the way that he plays, the short little simple passes that he makes in tight spaces. He's an 8. But there's nothing else to it. It's the same as Nunes. When Nunes was playing left wing, he was the best thing since sliced bread. As soon as Pep put him at right back, it's like, oh, this guy's a donkey, he needs to go. Like, Nunes ain't a right back either. Like, the problem is, you look at the squad list now, we actually haven't got a single wing back, full back in the club. Because even though we're playing Gvardiol there, Gvardiol ain't a full back. He's a centre back. We haven't even got Josh Wilson-Esbrand. He's gone out on loan, so we haven't even got him in the club anymore. Yeah. So we actually don't have a single fullback at the club.
Yeah.
No. I mean, but I think we'll have one in the summer. I think Cambiasso, I think that's been pre-arranged. I think Cambiasso comes in the summer. And that's the thing, we've spent, 200 odd million when you add agent fees in. So we've got about another 300 and odd to go. So I'm absolutely over the moon with it. For me, this is going to sound so strange. People hate me for this. I'm actually glad it's kind of come this way because it's made everyone reset. Because sometimes you've got to fall over and it's how you pick yourself back up. And we've fallen over. We picked ourselves back up. Haaland's agreed a new deal. We've got new players in, young, hungry players that are for the future as well. So we're properly doing this rebuild in the correct way now. And we'll do it and we'll go again in the summer. And some players will leave.
My only criticism with the transfer window was the order in which we bought the players. I think the centre midfield / DM should have been the first player that we bought. It ultimately seems like we bought everyone else before the position that we actually need. Because don't get me wrong, we needed centre backs, but we bought 3 centre backs and then Mamouche before we even contemplated buying a centre midfielder.
Yeah.
And obviously
it was a timing issue. That it was timing issue. Because they were trying to get Edison. Now Atalanta were. It was weird because this is the thing. Edison had agreed terms. We'd done everything with Edison. Right. And then Atalanta were wanting a silly amount of money to get him out, like 80, 90 million to get him out. Now, I got told yesterday, NICO GONZALEZ had always been on the radar since he was 14. They'd had him
13, 14, His dad was the assistant manager.
He's definitely not a panic buy. This guy is no panic buy. He's been on the radar. But the thing is, City it's why I've said for months and months, City are not putting. They're not going to do the transfer work in the media. They're never going to tell you who they're really going after. It's been learned from their errors.
It's been interesting, Martin, because since what's his face went to United, Barada.
John Barada used to tell Ornstein. He used to tell Ornstein everything.
Yeah, I'm going to put my neck on the line here, and Luke can vouch for me when I say this because I told him a long time ago. When was it that I told you? Was it October, November last year?
About that time.
About October last year, I spoke to you off air and told you of a player that we were going to be signing. And I said it wasn't going to be a January signing. I said it was going to be a summer signing, but we've already done the poking. And I tell you now, in the summer, you will start to see more talk for Barella. I'm telling you now, we will be on to Barella in the summer. Whether we get him or not's another thing. But I tell you now, we will. You'll start to see the interest.
Pep loves him. Pep loves Barella.
He's brilliant player.
He would be perfect for the system as well.
Cabiasso as well. It's weird that Cabiasso coming in as well potentially as well in the summer. And Barella. I can see what you're trying to do there. I'm fine with that. Good players.
See, you could have a Barella as well to replace Bernardo.
Exactly.
To me, I think Barella would be a perfect Bernardo replacement.
Yeah.
He's that dogged midfielder who would do the running, he'd lay the ball off. He doesn't do a lot of goals in GA. GA's not a big thing on him. Same as Bernardo, but he does all the donkey work.
Also a good Gundogan replacement.
Yeah, as well.
See, I've got a feeling Gonzalez will be that once Rodri goes back. Because I think you'll get Gonzalez. Because it's like this. Everyone wants Musiala and Verts, and yes, we've inquired about both. I don't think City will ever go to them levels of kind of money. You're looking at 200 million deal all in. I don't think we'll go to that level.
You look at it historically. Whenever have we gone for, Haaland was a bit different because Haaland had a 50 million pound release clause, so he was a bit different. Yeah. But whenever we gone into the market and spent 100, with obviously Grealish, but I've given my reasons behind Grealish. You buy Grealish as a brand as well as a football player. So the money is invested back into the club from just players fans having an interest in Grealish. When he signed for City, everyone had his haircut. So it's the brand side of it as well. But whenever have we gone into the market and gone and bought 120, 130, 140 million on one player? Like we've historically never done that, and I don't think we ever will. We set as a club, we always set our limit on a player that we would be willing to spend. If we can meet that figure, then great. If not, we walk away and go for a second, third, fourth choice option. Look at Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz wasn't our first choice when we signed in. Koulibaly was. No, actually, sorry, Harry Maguire was. We didn't end up getting Harry Maguire, so then we went in for Koulibaly. They were trying to up our price on Koulibaly, so we went no, and we got Ruben Diaz. Best decision we ever made.
No. You're missing Koundé. We went there. We went there after Koulibaly. Went to Koundé.
Yeah.
This is the remarkable situation of. I mean, to me, I think that they've got big. If things work the way, they've got plans for Echeverri.
Yeah.
They've also got an eye on another guy from River Plate, and his name
is Gray or something.
LB's fair player.
We're looking at Sudakov, but the background checks on Sudakov weren't suited to our club.
Yeah.
And I don't mean he's done anything dodgy. This is what City do. They'll do background checks on players, and they check, are they married, and they got kids, and they settled, and this, and that.
And what kind of
didn't quite match up.
What kind of person and what kind of personality they have as well. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised KDB gets a 1-year extension.
Yeah.
And they go for someone like this lad from River Plate, or they go for I think the biggest name they'll look at is probably like a Bayana, who's got a cheaper release clause out the door, who's a bit younger. I don't know. I just don't see Musiala or Bertz being a City player. I don't see it.
I'll be honest with you, right? I've been thinking of that for a while now. I've been thinking, we've got Echeverri, we've got Marmoush. Do we really need Verts Musiala as well? Because the thing is, because if that's the case, you get one of them in, then where's Foden going to play? Like, you can't have everyone playing attacking midfielder. Like,
I was saying this to you on the phone earlier, and I said, okay, well, ultimately, when Rodri comes back, you're going to have Rodri playing as a 6, you'll have Nico Gonzalez playing as an 8. That leaves one space for an 8, another 8 or a 10. You'll have Kevin De Bruyne there. You might have Phil Foden there. You could even play Mamouche there. You'll have Echeverri that can play there. You've essentially got 4 players there that are battling it out for one position. So you're going to have to leave. You're either going to have to play Phil Foden out on the right and Mamouche out on the left, and then that frees up the 10 role in the middle. But then you're battling it out between Echeverri and Kevin De Bruyne. But then I don't really like Mamouche out on the left. I prefer Mamouche in the middle centrally. So
I can see Mamouche being a 10.
Yeah. Well, this is it. But then you're going to have to leave a world-class player, or 2, or even potentially 3 world-class players out on the bench. If we then go and get Barella, you're probably going to have to leave Gonzalez on the bench. Because then you've still got Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Echeverri. You can't go and get Verts or Musiala as well, because then it's like you've got Verts or Musiala. You've also got Mamouche. You're going to have 5 players essentially battling it out for one position. So either players are going to...
Echeverri's not coming in to play 30, 40 games. He'll come in and play the odd game, and he'll sort of learn under KDB and Mamouche. Yeah. And I think that's the perfect way of doing it.
But if he comes into the team and hits the ground running, there's absolutely no reason why he can't play more games. Obviously, he'll get experience as seasons go on. But if he comes in and gets 3 assists and a goal in his first 4 games, there's absolutely no reason why he can't be in the starting 11. And then you've got the difficult decision of saying to Phil Foden or Kevin De Bruyne or Mamouche, it's like one of you is going to have to be on the bench. I'm sorry.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Musiala,
can I just something? Sorry, just a quick one before, because I have to jump in 2 minutes. Formidable's put there about Echeverri plays against kids. He does at the minute in that tournament. Doesn't play against kids for River Plate.
No.
But saying that, nobody's saying this about Vita Hayes. Exactly. He's the same age as Vita Hayes. People are talking like Echeverri's 16, 17. He's the same age. So if we say Vita Hayes is old good enough.
Caven, everyone's waiting for Caven Sullivan to come into the team. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but he only play, he's only a kid, right? But he's playing against adults.
Exactly. It's like, come on, man.
I don't think you'll see a lot of Echeverri this season. I think you'll see bits of him. But I think next they'll have a look at him in training, see if he's ready. And if he's not ready, they may loan him out and go with somebody else. We don't know. But the plan at the moment is to integrate him in. There's no plans to loan him out.
That's fine. Mate.
We heard all this with Alvarez. The plan was to loan him out. The plan was to loan this guy out. They've spent a good chunk of money on Echeverri. They're trying to integrate him in. This is what they want to do. Sadly, he's probably going to take McAtee's spot. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't like this age thing. This age thing is a bit weird. Because how old's Kushinov? Kushinov
exactly.
20.
Exactly.
We're all saying throw him to right back.
Yeah. So just talking about Kushinov, Martin, I just want to get your opinion on something because I found it absolutely hilarious. Real Valladolid, I think, is where Juma Bar played for. Obviously, there was that issue with his release clause where City tried to pay his release clause and Valladolid basically said that they wanted more. So Juma Bar basically terminated his contract for the price of his release clause, and then City gave him the money. But the bit that I find hilarious about the whole thing is we end up going to Lens, taking Kushinov, their best centre back, and going, "Don't worry, we'll buy you a replacement as well."
Yeah, that was already pre-planned. It was pre-planned.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I just thought it was funny.
I've spoken with someone who was quite close to the Juma Bar deal. I knew Juma Bar was on 5 weeks ago. That's the only real ITK stuff I properly knew. Even though that's the one I did know about because I'd spoken to someone who was very close to him. If you've been in my spaces, you'll know who I mean. But he was very close to him, and he told me weeks ago that they'd already booked a medical in Madrid. That the plan was to do the medical in Madrid. They were waiting to get the Kushinov deal, and that was part of the Kushinov deal. Is that we got Kushinov for Juma Bar to go to Lens, but they had to keep it quiet because there was a lot. Because Valladolid weren't angry, but the trouble was they'd put him on a youth contract.
Yep.
They weren't giving him a proper contract at Valladolid because he was on loan from them from can't remember the name of the club. But he was on loan to them and they were upset and it all kicked off. But at the end of the day, it kicked off because they were trying to save face in front of their own fans.
Exactly.
They were trying to save face. They'd done that, put him onto a contract, put him onto a youth one, and then went, oh no, they wouldn't give him a proper contract, so he chose to leave. He's 6'3", he's built like a brick shithouse. Of course the guy's going to come on the market. And for 6 million quid or whatever it was, euros, bought himself, he went straight to the FA, paid in the money himself, and went bye-bye. See ya, But the thing with Kushinov is Kushinov had only played 13, 14 games.
Yeah.
People are talking like Kushinov had played 50 games. He's played 13 or 14 games.
Yeah. Wasn't this season his first season in was it in France?
His proper one, yeah. Wow. Last season he made his debut, but he was very bit parted. This season he made was his full season in.
Wow. I've got to say, so far from what I've seen, I know bar that mistake, he has a lot of potential to him. I think he's one of the players. I think a bit of coaching, a bit of development, and you'll see a good player.
You can tell where we're going. Kushinov's 20, Vix Hayes is 19, Echeverri is 19. You can tell where we're looking. We're looking at planning the future. This is a proper rebuild.
Yes.
The thing with the Kushinov mistake as well, and I don't put that down to nerves or anything. I put that down to a language barrier because essentially what happened there was Akanji knew that Kushinov couldn't speak English. And when Akanji come over to try and clear the ball, I think Kushinov was in two minds whether to let him clear it or whether to head it back to the keeper. And I think that's where that the mistake happened. I think once he's got, you know, better English and stuff as well, you'll just naturally start seeing a better player. Because obviously, you know, even Pep's come out and said himself, he said, "Oh, I've not spoken to him because he can't speak English and I can't speak Russian." So, you know, it's just unfortunate that, you know, at the moment there is that language barrier, and behind the scenes, obviously he'll have a translator, but the translator isn't on the pitch with him, and that's ultimately where that mistake fell. But what I would say on him, any other player around his age could have quite easily just capitulated after that mistake.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And don't get me wrong, he did have a good 3 or 4 missed passes after that, but once he started to settle into the game, you could see the player that he was going to be. He was making really nice progressive balls into midfield. You know, defensively, he was very, very good. You know, and there was a I forget the journalist that wrote an article about him saying that City pulled him off early. They pulled him off in like the 52nd, 54th minute. But they're trying to talk like they pulled him off after 15 minutes. He played the entire first half and, you know, a good bit of the second half as well. So, you know, it's just bonkers. You know, the media in this country, one player makes a mistake, they absolutely slate them to death, and it's wrong. It put far too much pressure on young kids' shoulders. You know, you've naturally seen it through the years where they've said like, oh, you know, Phil Foden's going to be the next best thing, and then it was, oh, Saka's going to be the next best thing, and then it's Bellingham's going to be the next best thing. You know, they put far too much pressure on young kids' shoulders. Just let them play football.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But I'm just, like I said, I'm going to have a fun season, enjoy it, see where we land. Listen, I'm still doing deluded because I still think we'll beat Madrid. So we will see.
Well, we're actually doing the first ever watch along for that game.
We are doing that. Yeah, that'll be good.
Well, I'm not. I'll be there. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we both said what we'll do if we got Madrid, we'll do a watch along. I thought, yeah, what? Why not? Because if we do win, it's great. And then what we'll do if we keep going for the competition, we want for every game. Obviously, we go out, and that's it. But just for why not? A bit of fun.
It could be the first and last ever watch along, but it could be the first of many. So
no, I just listen. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling that we'll beat them. I think Madrid are in a bad spot as well. They've got injuries galore like us. Ancelotti's under a lot of pressure. And would it just be typical City to turn up and do that? Wouldn't it just be typical City to go and do it? So, you know, and if we get slapped, we get slapped.
What I would say is I can see where you're coming from, but for me, I think Real Madrid will set up perfectly for us. Like, defensively, they're very, very poor, but they'll just hit us on the counter. And they've got the pace of Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe up front. I think that's going to be a real problem. We're going to need pace in the back four. We're going to probably need Khrushchev in the back four. We're probably going to need Akanji. You know, as much as we've slated him, he's probably one of our fastest centre backs. So we need him.
Well, there'll be a blaze of glory for Gonzalez. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But anyway, take care, lads.
Oh no, Martin! Before you go, have you just seen this tweet from Anthony Gordon?
It's important for us to stay humble now.
Anthony Gordon, it's important for us to stay humble.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, Martin, take care, mate.
Yeah, take care, lads. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice job, Martin.
Yeah, big up, Martin. I say, I'm gonna say that if you haven't already, if you live under a rock, subscribe to the Macunian Way. Great channel, great guests, great shows. Big up to Martin, great guy community. Big up to him as always. But
great bunch of lads over there as well. you know,
Alan.
Ozzy, Rich,
Alan, yeah, great guys, man.
Alan,
All different
all
opinions.
great lads. Oh, Pat as well. How can I forget Pat?
Pat, legend, man. Big up Pat. Honestly, though, I'll big up Sean because it's good to see him, mate. Formidable. I think with Marmouche, it's way too early to be judge anyone right now. We're going through a period where we're going from one team to a new team. We need to be a bit more like, I'm not going to get you, by the way. As a fan base, we've got to be a little bit more chill on that front. Like, I think we'll start seeing the fruits of our labor at some point, but we've got to just relax a bit until then. Steve, come on, Alan. Alan's got his own opinions, but Alan, honestly, right? Alan, for me, without Alan, that show wouldn't be anyone else good, because you got to have opinions that are different. Martin's opinions great because he's the leader of it all. You got Pat, obviously, opinions. You got Ozzy, you got Rich, but Alan as well. They're all their own people, and they're all their own opinions, and that's what it's all about for me. That's what I'm looking away.
Yeah. Alan.
Yeah. And by the way, Newcastle beat Arsenal 2-0.
Hang on. I think this is perfect time for that music. You know what music I'm on about.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Just for that, we will play an iconic song. Another year of the trophy. Beat us 5-1. Still City trophy. Still the beat City trophy 5-1. Let's play second or third place again, lads. It had to be done. It had to be done. Humble Pie FC, as Jennifer said here perfectly.
Honestly. It's another season without a trophy as well.
Kroenke staying 10 more years. You're on.
You know what though? Like, that's such a cringy fan base. Like, all of them. Have you seen that one guy on Twitter?
One guy
who sat outside the Emirates on the steps and titled the video "A Message for Kroenke," as saying Arteta's given everything to this club.
Get out! He won a trophy with the previous manager's team. He isn't giving
Sean. Yeah, Sean. It's the ball's fault, mate. It's the ball's fault.
Yeah. Anyway, Newcastle, big up to you. Oh, yeah, honestly, no, real, big up Newcastle. I hope they win the Carabao. Gordon, Isak, Bruno, ballers. Honestly, look, I can't see us getting him now, but Bruno G would be a great player for us.
He would have been exceptional. Yeah.
But where we're going right now, can't see it now. But for me, Newcastle, I like my other team that I like because obviously I've got family who are Geordies, so for me, I like to see them do well and. You know, it's good to sort of see another team doing really well.
Always nice to see Newcastle do well. They've got a really good fan base. I've got a lot of Newcastle fans on my Twitter who always wish us the best of luck, or always pop up into the posts and messages and things. So big up Newcastle fans.
Big up,
a lot of for the club.
Big up load of Mag and UFC. I'll try and I think because they're a good channel.
Yeah, he's another good one.
Dave, I think that's Dave. Really good guy. Shows. I'll try and get him on actually with us. I've messaged him and see if he's down to have a chat with us for that game because it'd be good to have a chat with him because he's really good. So again, watch this space. We've got a lot of guests coming up with me and Bevo. It's gonna be good. As I Martin will actually get on probably for a whole show at some point. That'd be good to have Martin on for us at some point because
definitely.
Martin often aligns with what we're saying anyway, but it's good to have that kind of like back and forth as well. The Liverpool, it's City get cooked by North London, and yet they still embarrass themselves. Like we are like this season, right? Unfortunately, we are probably that one team right that just gets like egg in our face this year. But then again, the last few years it's us throwing the eggs. So I get it. It's not it's fortunately it's karma. Eventually comes after you, but in the end, last laugh is us. We get the last laugh.
Oh no, that was an actual song that they were singing.
Oh yeah, Be humble. But yeah,
No. Look at Sean's comment.
It must be the ball. It must be the ball. Mikel Arteta. It must be the ball.
I swear, if that was a chant, that is amazing.
I'm just gonna say though, Liverpool will find it hard. If Liverpool get through the final, Liverpool will find it hard against Newcastle. They will. Like Liverpool at the back, I've been watching them this season. Not saying they're bad. They're bad. They're better than we are. Way better than we are. Bloody hell, night and day compared to us. But the fact is, Newcastle going forward are hard to stop because Isak and Gordon. Isak, what a player, by the way. What a footballer. For me, best striker in the league this season has probably been him or Wood. I know Haaland's where he is, but Haaland hasn't been consistent enough over the season to really sort of say he is. People might say differently. I would say Haaland normally, but going off current form, Wood's been unbelievable. 17 goals for Forest.
You've got to give it to the New Zealand Messi. You have to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. If Spurs is to Newcastle in the final.
Oh, do you know what? That would just be perfect.
Expressions, man.
Then I genuinely don't care who wins.
Tottenham beating the thing is, right, if Tottenham and all their players fit, I actually would be down to give Tottenham that chance at Anfield. But they've got no, as far as I'm aware, is anyone fit for them yet? Or still injured?
Haven't they just bought a new centre back as well? Because Dragson's on ACL.
Danzo. Do you know, he's a good player, Danzo. Good player. Danzo and Matisse Tell, which, by the way, are good players, by the way. Good signs.
Tell's an exceptional talent.
Matisse Tell is actually what Spurs win. Sorry, Spurs need. Sorry, not win. Spurs need.
Yeah, I agree.
At Bayern, he's underutilized because they had Harry Kane. I get it, but Matisse Tell's pace, ability on the ball. If it wasn't for Mbappe doing what he's doing, he'd probably be one of France's top players right now. A striker coming through. He's such a talented kid. Him and Pavlovic at Bayern, very good players to watch. But I'm watching them very closely.
Yeah.
Again, I watch a lot of German football, which is why Mamouche is the player that I love watching. And Mamouche is like Kev was at Wolfsburg. Sort of thing. I mean, so I'm excited for Mamouche. 2-1 Spurs. Do you know what? For me, right, Anfield will obviously play a part, but Tottenham know what this means to get to a final.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went to extra time.
Yeah, like 1-0 Liverpool, but it doesn't go for.
In fact, I don't think it goes to extra time, does it? It goes straight to penalties, doesn't it?
I'm not sure it's.
I think in the Carabao Cup, I think it goes straight to penalties.
I think so. Yeah, I can't remember how it works, but yeah. But yeah, I tell you what, though. I mean, obviously ended a little while, but I want to say, Saturday, Leyton Orient. How do you see the team setting up?
Should we do a little team builder? You know, we do one every week.
Go on then, yeah. Well, we'll do a little team builder, and get everyone's comments in and see what they think of what we have to say. Again, everyone, people, let's do it already. Subscribe if you're new. On the road to 1K. 1K soon come. Big up to all you tuning in. Always appreciate the support as always. Not Tal Ben Hayim. Oh God, Tal Ben Hayim. That's a throwback. Bloody hell. Portsmouth, Chelsea, City. Bloody hell, man. Oh, that's not what we're doing. Oh, Dan Potts, right? Big up to Dan Potts. I love Potsy's stuff. Brilliant guy. He's put total disgrace, total battering. Stay humble, Arsenal. Stay humble.
Oh,
yeah, you told Haaland stay humble like that. Potts, I pick you up. I love Potts, but come on, bro. Stay humble, Arsenal. Come on, man. Like you were saying, us stay humble about 3 days ago.
I think that's a dig.
Do you know what? It probably is. It probably is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably,
I think
yeah.
I genuinely believe that that's a dig.
But,
Right, so what are we saying then? Personally, for me, I'd have to put Rico
yeah,
out at right back. I think he needs game time.
he has to play. 100% has to play Rico,
yeah. What are we saying, Ortega in that?
Carson, no, Ortega. Carson, why not? Get the boots on, mate. Let's do it. One last dance.
I think you're going to see Hushkov.
Here's the cushion off for me. It's time we play both of them.
I think you will. I think that there's no reason why both of them can't play.
They'll be like, oh, but all that experience. Well, let's orient away. I'm not being horrible. Oh shit! He's not there, is he? Yeah. Okay.
Why is he not there? But Hushinov is.
Maybe it's top 5 leagues or something, or league thing. Vitor Roque.
I'm gonna use him.
Why does Vitor Roque play at centre back?
It's as close as you're gonna get.
Yeah, right. There's Vitor Hayes, by the way. They haven't got anybody here in the game yet. In the game, it's not in the bloody game. Left back. Ooh.
I'm going to be honest. Because of the performance that I saw against Salford.
Yeah, Nico O'Reilly, 100%. Because look, if you're playing Gavardiol against fucking Orient, what are you doing?
He was brilliant at left back against Salford.
I think O'Reilly will get a chance there. I think he will. I think people think that he's going to go. I think City want to keep him. I want to keep him around. I think he will play some games. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't exist. No.
We're gonna have this problem.
Random English striker. Right. Right.
I think you're gonna see
McAtee 100% player. Yeah.
I think you're gonna see him in the 10.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what? I'm gonna put him in, but he's not gonna be in.
No, look, right. People, it will probably be Mubama.
It'll probably be Mubama, but I'm putting Haaland in because Mubama ain't here yet.
No. Right, the midfielders, Gonzalez.
I think you'll see Gonzalez.
He'll start, but then come on for half time. Right, is it Nico? Yep, Nico. Spanish Porto guy.
There he is.
Third one down. Not Raul. There's an icon cast in midfield. So the FIFA.
You've got icon cards in here, but you haven't got a beat on race.
Now, mate. Yeah, mate. Sure, unknown players now playing for us. Unknown players are over in the system, mate. Oh god. Right. Well, not right. He's gone.
I don't. To be honest, I think
Gundogan. Me.
Yeah.
Because who else is there really?
For experience, because you're gonna have to have some experience in there.
Yeah, he's playing right wing. Good one.
I think you're gonna have Nico as a lone 6 because against Leyton Orient, I don't see the need for a double pivot.
Yeah, I agree on that one. Right wing, right. Is Oscar Bob fit yet? Will Oscar Bob start? No. So bench them. We're going to assume. Off the bench, probably. Right. Marmouche plays. Marmouche will play. He'll play, I reckon.
In that case...
Drop Haaland for Marmouche, yeah.
He's a striker. He's a striker.
Play Jack at left wing. Jack Grealish left wing.
Yeah, I can see that. He needs game time.
Mate, And I'll put people in the chat, right? Jack's recent games where he's played, been good.
Yeah.
Been good. Honestly, we're playing more if I'm Pep. You must look. He's here for us this season. Play him. Because honestly, I think right against Real Madrid, he'd do well against Real Madrid. He would. He got us free kicks. He'd work hard. I'm not saying he should stay. By the way, I'm saying that for the rest of the season, just use him. Don't waste him on the bench. Yeah, I agree. Toxin. That's what I agree as well, mate. Right wing. Right, Doku's not fit, is he? He's not back yet, is he? Savinho?
It's probably going to be Savinho, isn't it? Or do you think he might give Phil some game to just boost his confidence?
Possibly.
Because playing Phil would be a good confidence booster for him.
Yeah, it would be. They're wrong, right? I think Savinho is a player that I definitely would. I'd
play Savinho. The problem is Savinho's had a lot of game time this season.
And good, also, by the way, that's good, by the way. Because it's good because I love Savinho. He's a brilliant player.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't be overdoing him. That ain't fair at all. And Bob is almost fit. He probably off bench probably against Orient. If he was fit, he probably would start. But
yeah,
they're wrong. I want Bob as well. I want Bob up at some point. But
yeah, no, I think what you're probably likely to see is Foden play for maybe 45, 50 minutes, and then you'll probably see Bob come on.
Yeah,
a bit of a cameo.
But mate, that team overall, mate, that team should be getting the job done against Orient.
I'm happy with this team.
Yeah, look, right. Who else are we missing in terms of the squad? I mean, like, I'll look at last week's game quickly. I'll let you know who we're missing, just to sort of give a look to make sure that we're not missing anyone. That's all. Bear with me, mate. So I've sort 5-1, but yeah, sometimes I've lost 5-1 to them not. Yeah. So, because obviously, would you play Kev this game or would you rest him for Real Madrid?
I wouldn't be having Kev anywhere near the pitch. I'd probably give him maybe 15, 20 minutes at the end, but I don't see a world in which we need Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch. I don't think he needs game time to build up match fitness because I think he's had enough of that. He's played most games since coming back.
Steve, your comments, man. I saw my moosh wear. They're in the air, right? Just saying whatever, man. Yeah, saying whatever, chatting shit like we are. Yeah, he won't. He won't play. If we're playing Kev and he's injured, we're idiots, honestly. Oh, mate, I would as well. I
mean, to be honest with you, if you look at that, with the exception of maybe Mamouche, Foden, and NICO, none of the other players are going to be starting against Madrid.
People will ask about Simpson Pusey. I think Simpson Pusey won't play anymore this season. I think he's off in summer.
Well, for me, you're not going to play Simpson Pusey when you've got Vitor Reis and Kushner that have just come in and need minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think in the summer he's out the door.
Yeah.
Half an hour, possibly, but I don't want to be. It's because we're playing against a League One team, and League One teams kick shit out of you. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, I don't want to be getting you injured. So
I'm going to make a prediction.
Yeah.
I'm going to say team captain's Gundogan, and man of the match is McAtee.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, right? Before we end the stream, this team right now, right? So Ortega, it'll probably be here. Well, I don't know about next season, but I think next season he'll be here next season. Rico will be here. I can't see him going anywhere. Rico, really. I think
Rico will be another Phil Foden.
I think
he'll be at City for his career.
O'Reilly, I mean, obviously Chelsea came in for him, but I think City will keep him. I think they'll keep him. McAtee will be gone.
Yeah.
As will Gundogan.
Yeah.
Grealish will be gone as well. Because look,
Yeah.
I like Jack as a person. As a player, he's very good, but he's not a level, sadly. But he was at one point a level.
I wouldn't say he's not at our level. He just doesn't fit our system at all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Jack Grealish is a better player when
Pussyfoot about.
Jack Grealish is a better player when he's given the free reign to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Whereas I kind of feel with Pep, he's got a bit of a lead on him, where it's like, this is what you must do, and you cannot divert any way from what I'm telling you're to do.
Yeah.
Whereas Jack Grealish at Villa was a totally different player, and he was given the free reign to basically go wherever he wanted on that football pitch.
Yeah. 100%.
Whereas at City, he's in the system, and I just don't think that system suits him, unfortunately. But
yeah.
I hope he can turn it round. You know, I'll still back him till the end. For me, I want to see Grealish play a right back, and I know I keep saying it, but I've got genuine good reasons why I think he could play a right back. And no, before anyone asks, I'm not on anything. Like, I just genuinely believe that he could play right back. Like, he slows down play. He's really, really good at keeping hold of the ball. So slowing down play and keeping hold of the ball is going to benefit us when we're getting hit on the counter attack, because holding up play and holding the ball is going to allow players to get back into position. Defensively, he's pretty strong. Like, he, you know, when he plays on left wing, he always gets back to defend. So defensively, I mean, there was only that time, what was it, last season, maybe the treble season, where he pretty much sprinted back the full length of the pitch and put that last-ditch tackle in against Salah. You know, the guy can play. I'm telling you, the Grealish right back, remontada. Grealish will return. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think he will as well. But no proper wingers. The thing is, right, the proper wingers, right, I'm all for giving Bob some game time. If he's fit, I'll play him. But I just don't think he'll start the game. I think Pep will bring him back over time. And that's what I would do. Bring him back over time. Because at some point, Bob will be at a point where his levels will be high enough, and we'll get there.
He'll be needed as well come this run into the end of the season. He'll be very, very much a big player for us.
Yeah, 100%.
The last thing that you want to do is bring him back. Same with Rodri. The last thing that you want to do is bring a player like that back too early, and then just ends up getting another injury and is out till the end of next season. I've not given up, Jack, Steve. Jack right back. I want to see it.
Jack
just
right
one
back.
game. Just one game.
What are we doing here?
Tell you what, nah. Tell you what, I'm doing it.
Right, I said, end of stream.
Rico, sorry, pal. You go in left wing.
Oh God, people! I'm sorry if it's grabbed. Thinking, what the hell are we doing? Being morons. Well, yeah. Well, if we're new here to the
Grealish, right back, I'm having it.
This is what we do here. This is what we do. We're crazy over here. We're crazy. We put Jack at right back. We put Rico at left wing. We're putting Haaland back.
Hey, let's do it.
He wasn't rich. He wasn't. I think I didn't for the whole month. I had nothing about Jack going anywhere. So I imagine that probably will amp up probably in the summer. You know, I think Rico working for. Do you know what? Right, I think Rico always does work on it. I think Rico will probably get better at that as he gets older. But the problem is because he isn't very tall, it just doesn't work. I think. Look, I'm not saying he can't do it. As a midfielder, he's like Philip Lahm. Obviously not as good as Philip Lahm, but that kind of Lahm kind of style player. Like I could do a job in midfield. But I don't think he's going to be the player that we need right now. He's more of a squad player right now. I think that's fine for somebody his age, right? He's won a treble and two league titles, right? And he's a squad player at his age. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah. So before we end, big up to everyone else for tuning in. Well, so quite a lot of people obviously tuning in still, even about out of an hour, 2 hours live streaming. We're now on 917 subscribers now. We are 83 away from 1K. We're getting closer and closer to it. Getting there. Each one gets better, but every subscriber is much appreciated. More shows to come, more guests to come. Watch this space for international break in March. I won't say who's going to be yet. We've got to confirm. We can announce it. Trust me, well worth waiting for that one. Of course, more guests welcome on. Look again. Royal fans, Rich. One day, if you're free, mate, you come on, have a chat with us. Especially as well for a derby as well. Derby day before playing United. We'll get Rich on with us to have a chat.
Of course, we've got to give Rich the annual trolling once a year, twice a year. He's got to.
I mean, he trolled last year twice. Well, I've actually known him, so he knew us cooking him. But
he's due a cooking. We'll get him on.
but also, big up Rich though, legend, lovely guy, great,
really nice guy, nice guy.
He won't, Steve, but I think it's why I think he has to adapt in a way that kind of works for Rico. I think Rico's got to kind of adapt in that way. I'm not saying he can still be a good player in this league. He definitely can be. He's proven it already. But it's just like he's not gonna be. It's fine being that small, but you got to be a lot stronger. Yeah. So, but I'm sure he will be. But for the stream, Orient away. I mean, I'm not necessarily like not taking it seriously. It will be an easy game because no game's easy at all. Just to get a stream, you have to. Yeah, sorry, you have to. Club rules. No, you don't have to. It's fine, but it's quite good to say we both wear glasses. But Rico could do. But I get what people say about Rico, but I think with Rico, he's still very young. Still, he's still got a lot of room to grow. To me, I think I've seen a lot of him. I was there at West Ham away. Where he was brilliant against West Ham. He's brilliant. He's in midfield.
The other thing as well is Rico's not a right back. Play him as an 8, where his actual position should be, and you'll see the best version of Rico Lewis. He's 100%. Fantastic. He's fantastic in tight spaces. Small little passes. He is exceptional. He's an exceptional player. He's not a right back.
Yeah, 100%. But Orient away Saturday, 12:15 kickoff. Weird time for kickoff. Really weird. But whatever. I mean, for me, I think we'll win. If we or like a foreign. Yes, I know. I know. I'm Madrid Sparta Prague. I'm younger. Oh my god. I mean, how are we doing in the league right now?
Do you know what? I might reach out to his management team and actually get him on.
The three of us, the three egos.
The three Larses.
The three Lars. That's a whole new show. The three Larses.
I'm going to reach out to his management team and see how much it'd cost.
Well, we're third right now. 13 points of Slavia Praha. Fraud. Rivals. You're getting sacked, mate. Getting sacked. Oh, mate. Well, look, Orient away. It won't be easy per se, but I think, seriously, should have enough to go and beat them.
That team that we've put out there is more than comfortable of getting 6 or 7.
Yeah, 100%. Just
especially when you got Mamouche up front, he's capable of getting 4 or 5 himself.
Oh, mate, Venable, go ahead, mate. Good look, right. Exeter, we beat you 5-1. Well, we've actually won more trophies, mate. You've probably been alive. So crack on, lads. Yeah, honestly, everyone in this stream will go kick Arsenal fans. Go, hey, well, I don't know if it beat us 5-1, mate, but at the end of the day, right, we've still won more leagues.
In fact, let's see who is live right now that can get the cooking.
Yeah. Lars, yeah, I know. The free Lars. That's
can you do redirects?
Do you know what it is, right? I've tried doing it. I don't know what I've got to do to do it. I've been trying to do it for a while now, and I'm not sure what I've got to press to do it. Again, I would redirect to you, I would do, but I don't know why. I need to know what I'm doing wrong or what I haven't got set up. So what I'll do after this stream is I'll work out what I can do. Then the next stream I do, either you or the podcast, whatever, I'll make sure to redirect to next people. Obviously,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will
put a link to a stream. I'm going
to put a link in the chat right now.
Yeah.
I want everyone to go over when it comes up. Won't be a sec. Just load it. Here we go.
Is it Lars Regina? That joke. I don't know if that joke actually worked. It's close enough. Lars Regina. It sounds like it sounds like a massive disease. That's probably actually a sore throat, but yeah. Sure.
Everyone, go over to Hugh's live now. Say not in my lifetime, raid. Say Bevo and Luke have sent you. Go and show him the love. Really nice to see Hugh back doing streams.
Yeah, definitely.
Go over and do a raid and show them some love.
Yeah, big ups to both. Level 11 honey tea. Yeah, I always a good way of curing sore throat. While doing sore throats now, but let's get this through now before we get way out of hand doing random stuff. Big up the chat, big up the comments, big up everyone obviously for tuning in, whether you're watching on playback, whether you're watching live with us right now. Big up Martin for coming on, legend Martin. Obviously, I'm sure we'll have him on the channel soon, some point for actual show. Both of us from just a little cameo. That would
nice to speak to Martin as well. I've not spoken to him for a while.
It was good. Yeah, it was good to have a chat with him. And look, I should have to say it already, but if you haven't subscribed to Mancunian Weight by now, go over and subscribe to them. On the road to 6K now. I've got 5K. I'm already to like 6K now. So yeah, doing bits. You know, Rich, Ozzy, Martin, Alan, Pat, the guys, legends all over there. Great guys, all doing great content. And yeah. And we'll see everyone next time for another stream. And also watch this space for guests. Again, International Break in March, trust me, it's well worth waiting for that one because we've got a lot planned in BEVO, especially in the next few months on the show. Until then, people, have a great rest of your evening, rest of your night, and we'll see you guys soon for another stream. Take care.